A blessed day to everyone. In our previous meetings, we discussed about parametric tests in hypothesis testing. Afterwards, you were given an introduction of the non-parametric tests, which are the counterparts of the parametric tests in hypothesis testing. This video will present to you the computational part of one parametric test called the sign test using an Excel template. We will also be using the textbook entitled Elementary Statistics, a Step-by-Step Approach, 10th edition, written by Alan Bluman, copyrighted 2018. The sign test is the simplest non-parametric test. This is a non-parametric test used to test the value of a population median. One procedure of the sign test is to compare all values of a data set to a median. If the value is greater than the median, then we are considering it plus or positive. If it is less than, it is negative. There are two cases for using sign test. The first case is when the sample size n is less than or equal to 25, which is the concern for this video. The other case is when the sample size n is greater than 25, which will be taken care of in the next video. You have to bear in mind that this video is only for the computational part of the sign test. The computational parts taken care of by Excel template concerns only steps 2 and 3 of the 5 steps of hypothesis testing that we are using. The example that we'll be using for the sign test for less than 26 samples is example 13-1 entitled Patients at a Medical Center. The manager of a Green Valley Medical Center claims that the median number of patients seen by doctors who work at the center is 80 per day. To test this claim, 20 days are randomly selected and the number of patients seen is recorded and shown. At alpha equals 0.05, test the claim. We are now given 20 values written in a 4 by 5 array. What we are going to do is to encode these values in our Excel template. But before this, we have to remember that we are given 80 as the median and the significance level of 0.05. Aside from that, analyzing the problem, the investigation is just to test whether these values are greater than or less than the median, which means that the tail that we are having now is 2 tail. This is our Excel template. If you are going to notice it, there are colored yellow and colored blue cells. The colored yellow cells also contain default values. These default values will be read only after we encode the values in the blue cells. Column B, particularly starting from row 10, are colored blue. We will be encoding the data under column B. There is also a colored cell under column C, which is the median. In this case, we are going to encode 80 as the given median. Under column G are 3 blue colored cells. These are the given data. We have alpha given to be 0.05 and we encode it. We also encode the tail. From the given problem, we have 2 as the tail. and then the value, the critical value coming from table G. Before encoding the critical value from table J, we will encode the data. The data from the problem consists of 20 values. Here is the set of 20 values from the problem. We'll be encoding it in Excel template. After encoding all the 20 values in the Excel template, we will now be reading the critical value from table J using the entries here in the Excel for the number of cases N, which is 18, the level of significance 0.05, and the tail is 2. The table J from Bluman's book is here, the critical values for the sign test. Under the two-tailed, alpha 0.05 and n is 18, the reading is 4. 18 and alpha 0.05 two-tailed. The reading is 4. So we'll be going back to the Excel template and encode 4. This is now the time that we'll be using or reading the values of the Excel template. Here, the decision on the null hypothesis changed to reject. This means that we'll be rejecting the null hypothesis of the problem. So the problem gives us the null hypothesis that the median is 80, and we are going to reject. Steps 4 and 5 will be taken care of by you by composing the sentence. You are going to make a decision in step 4, and in that case we are going to reject the null hypothesis because the test value of 3 is less than the critical value of 4. Then you will be writing your summary of results. This is how the Excel template, my Excel template, computes the sign test. Have a blessed day to everyone. God bless you all and your families. To God be the glory.